Hello, thank you for joining me again. I have been very lucky lately mall diving. Sometimes they are just not worth the trip, but the last few spots that I've hit are just full of little goodies, all for junk journaling. I'm going to start, before I get to the mall diving, with some coffee dyed papers that I got from Vintage Polka Dot Shop from Emily. She's on Etsy. Vintage Polka Dot Shop. And her papers are just absolutely lovely. Of course, I brought out the wrong bag. I treated myself to two, and I'll tell you why as soon as I get the other bag. Here we go. The truth of the matter is, as time has moved along, I was able to face the fact that I really, truly do not enjoy coffee dyeing. So, my friend on YouTube, Gail Agostinelli, talked about not having the time, in her case, to do it. So she suggested these coffee dyed papers from Emily and showed them to us. And they are not a standard size, they are legal size sheets. And aren't they just gorgeous? So I said to myself, this is how it's going to work, because I'm not one that likes to go through all that in the kitchen. I'd rather be sitting here at my table, crafting or working on making journals, etc. So I got these two packages, which should last me for quite a long time. And Emily, being a sweet person, included these little extras, these gorgeous envelopes, and a nice note from her on coffee dyed paper, and some different kinds of papers. And aren't they coffee dyed beautifully? I love to look at it. I love them, but I don't love doing it myself. So I thought I'd share those with you. Also, her papers have the most delicious odor that's possible to believe, so I keep them in my closet to make everything smell pretty. Today, I did the last step of my studio revamp. I made room on the closet in here on the shelf, and I got all of my Etsy things because I had Etsy in 3 different places. So now my piles are up on the shelf in the closet where I can get at them at any time, and it will also keep me from out of sight, out of mind. So while I was digging about and setting up, I thought I would share some things. Now, I had purchased this. I don't know whether I shared this with you it would be the beginning of last year. But this is as you can see, a Reader's Digest bestsellers with my initial. And someone had taken the time to use a saw and cut these pages. Aren't they lovely? I don't know how I'm going to attack this, but I absolutely love it, had to have it, and I know I'm going to be doing some arting and collaging on here. So I thought I'd show you that. When I went down to Lake City a few weeks ago, I found some lovely books. Not too many, but they were beautiful. The ones I found were beautiful. The Haiku Garden, as you can see, in just beautiful condition. Hollyhocks follow the slanting path of the sun in summer rains. And look at that beautiful illustration. So here, some more lovely illustrations, and I just had to have this book because it is simply, it is simply a beauty. I cannot wait to work in this book and to use, and it is a stitched, it's stitched. Here are the, that's the thread. And isn't it made just beautifully with these gorgeous oriental, look almost like block prints. Oh, well, this book was just rationalized the entire trip of the day. By itself, I would have been happy to go out of here with nothing but that. But I didn't. I found this one. And I thought, well, I don't need another flower book. And then I noticed that beautiful white cover, and I said, aha. And, as you can see, the price was right. And look at these beautiful prints. And I'm seriously considering sharing this in my Etsy shop because it is so lovely. Even the illustrations and the text are just beautiful. So that was a great find. And oh goodness, this one I couldn't possibly put in the mail because it weighs more than I do. It's incredible and quite different. It has full page illustrations, it has bits and parts, it has these beautiful things, and wouldn't they be gorgeous on journaling cards. And so when I got home, I just kind of sat and pored through this book, and here at the end there is a directory, and look at these beautiful bits, so ready to be cut out and collaged. Unbelievable. I love this book. And at the end, quite a few full page illustrations, but these continue. It's an absolute treasure trove of bits to cut out for collaging, using in journals. So this was a treasure. I think I'm not going to put that on the floor. Then, oh my. This week has been just wonderful. I went down to, my husband and I went down to Sugar Bear Antique Mall, and the last 2 or 3 times we went in and came out, nothing. But I was by myself this time, and I thought, well, let me stop in and see. The first thing that I spied was this package of Christmas fabrics. And I had absolutely zero Christmas bits last Christmas because I was just starting junk journaling. Well, now I have some. And pretty pieces that would look lovely in a Christmas journal. Quite a few. I hadn't opened, I haven't looked at these yet. Now, I'd seen this one quite a bit, and it's lovely. But these are also lovely. And the lovely lady had $1 on this. So I said, Self, again. You know, I talk to Self quite a lot when I'm mall diving. This goes home with you. I also found this lovely, and it still has the original paper. The entire outside of it is completely still protected. Won't this make a delish journal? The dividers have pockets, and they're white, and they're just ready for use. So, and in it was a package of the original recipe cards that go with the motif on the cover. Unused, beautiful. Had to have that because I've never done anything like this, and I've been watching all of you do that and just say, oh, I have to. And there's something about square surfaces that calls me. I don't know why. We're used to seeing this, but there's something about square that just tickles me. So that came home also. And this little pair of puppies in this nice tie. And of course, the reason I stopped, because I'm a blue and white person. Love blue and white, antique china, love it all. Just I'm a blue and white girl since I was a little girl. And so these two were lovely, and when I opened them, I noticed this. For some reason, these have aged beautifully. A few other books that I've had and I've been sharing, in fact, I noticed when I dug around, I'm looking at them right now, there are two waiting. I completely forgot they were there. They will be coming, the other ones will be coming to my Etsy shop pretty soon. And I will probably share one of these because, you know, how many hours do we have in a day and days in a year? But isn't that something, the way these beautifully aged? In fact, I can see the other book, so I'm going to get it down and let's have a little comparison. Lord, I hope everything doesn't spill. Let me try this. All right, that worked. Let me see if these did the same thing. Yes, but not quite as much. Not quite as much. Maybe it's the environment that they're kept in. I don't know. But I have two of those, and these covers are just lovely. So that was another goodie. And then I found these. The Language of Flowers. Whenever anything has that FL word, I have to stop and have a look-see. Look at this lovely. This is absolutely untouched, unused. And when I flipped through, I was tickled because it's a single signature book with lists. I believe it is Crocus, Abuse Not. The meaning of the different. Well, that's what the title says, Carol. Let's wake up and fly right here, girl. Oh my, Clematis, mental beauty. Well, now we know. Coreopsis, always cheerful. Wow, the Victorians did have quite a collection of meanings for the different flowers. So I had to have this little pretty. And then I found these. Oh my. If nothing, these would get me to go back to that mall. Aren't they something? And I picked through and found, of course, ones that looked like this. And they were they're all from 1984 for the same man. He obviously had first day of issue folders. And aren't they just beautiful? So I picked 3 because I said, let's restrain ourselves, Carol, and have a little bit of sense. Then the napkin. Then the napkin box, and they were all in this beautiful condition, like this, which, oh my. Now, if there's anything in this world that I love, look at the way this is folded. Oh my, it's folded in upon itself. so that this shows this fabric is so fine and beautiful, and that color, well, oh wow, isn't this just gorgeous? Hand crocheted. Yes, it is. On linen handkerchiefs. I made a lot of those. My BFF and I, we were talking about that on the telephone the other day, how many that we made in when we were 14 and 16. The work is just beautiful, and I remember this Coats tatting cotton spool was small. It wasn't very expensive in those days, maybe 29 cents or 39 cents. And I remember that combination of the white, the yellow, and the brown. But I never ever saw a brown linen hanky. So, I'm in love. And I'm thinking that I'm going to try to figure out, because I have no experience with it, so I shall have to find out how to do it. Maybe I'll look up on YouTube. I would like to make copies. I would like to scan these, and if you would be interested in having some of those, I would also decide that I'll probably set my husband to the task of, because it'll be kind of like speaking Urdu to me, of how to be able to share them with you as digitals. But isn't that beautiful? Now, when I choose these handkerchiefs, I, in most cases, try to find them that do not have the unfinished edges or plain, square, or rectangular handkerchiefs. I like them with, I love them with the edging like this. I cannot resist it. I never cease to think that whoever invented these bags is probably on the Forbes list by now. This is so fine and so pretty, so I chose this one. And this one. This is a rather large one. Wow. Look at the size of this one. This is quite the hanky. Here's a little hole. That's fine. But wouldn't this do nicely? Wouldn't this do nicely on a... oh, this is going to go in my new printer. I'm going to see what happens. Yes, I am. And this one. Wow, look at that edging. Love it. So the last two trips in which I came out empty, I certainly, oh my, orchids, and look at the beautiful edging on that. This one is shaped. That's what I thought. Isn't that something? You can always tell the women who put some perfume on their handkerchiefs and those who didn't, because that perfume stained them. But perfuming your hanky was a big thing to do. This one still has its original tag on it. A rich original, little tiny tag. Isn't that lovely? And that would have been hanging, very likely, could have been hanging out of the pocket of a jacket. Oh yes, I remember those things. So, that was my Trove at Sugar Bear. Today, I went out and I went to my very favorite Southern Crossing, and to another one down in another area very close by, and I went there first. And let me get my story straight. Now these are Southern Crossing, so we'll do that first. We'll save the best for last. In Southern Crossing, I found this book, and I looked at it, and it was just sitting there. And well, I said, "Oh, that's not so bad, really," because I have a punch like that. And I looked at it, and I said, "Isn't this in lovely condition? Isn't this a lovely book?" And inside I went, and the inside is lovely, unused, made in Canada. And I looked at this, and I said, well, I'm going to challenge my dear husband to see if he can't just get this out. I'll bet any amount of money that this might be glued. So, keep your fingers crossed that this bit can come out, because I would love to use this as the cover on a journal. I was also lucky to find some cabinet cards today, and I chose very carefully for the picked the girls who were particularly pretty and spoke to me. And you will notice that what happens when there was no makeup available, the circles under the eye showed, and that was okay. And weren't they lovely as they were made? Probably zero makeup on these ladies. They all have very similar hairstyles, well, probably of the era. But this would say that it was, let me think, this would say 1890s to maybe 1910, before this kind of tight neck style changed. Oh, love them. And lucky me, I found two more bits of lace, 3 actually, and it has been so hard to find them at a price that I could cared to spend. Not that I could afford, cared to spend. Let's use the correct word. But I found this one today. And oh, I do love that color. And oh Lord, the number of stitches with that very fine crochet hook. And unbelievable. And this one. Ooh, these be pretty in journals. So, happiness was. But before that, well, before that, it was even more fun. I found in one booth some nice books in French. Nice old ones, well made. 1963. And I believe it was to teach pronunciation. And there are so many times, and there's also, yes, there's also German. So this is pronunciation of French and German. Love, love, love this book. So that was the first one I found. I found this one, and I said, now what is that? That's kind of an interesting cover. What is this all about? And Ginn and Company, the maker, the purveyors of all things school equipment and books. This was 1937, and more French. This is all French exercises for learning the language. Where is the chauffeur? Where is the garage? Where is the train? The family, the table, etc. So, I hadn't seen any French books in Jacksonville at all, and I was green when I saw other people had. Well, so now I have these puppies, and this one I thought, now what have we here? I saw the plane on here, and it is definitely an airplane from the looked almost like a World War II era. So, the world of United States and foreign postage stamp. Oh, I thought, oh my Lord, this is an oldie stamp album. And the places for the stamps. The book is in beautiful condition, and the only stamps that I've found thus far are these 5 French stamps. There might be more. I haven't turned every page, but I just love these pages. Happiness was. Well, with these 3 in my hand, and I turned around in the booth, and up against the wall were 2 plastic bags. Oh my. 2 plastic bags with these pre-coffee stained, no, actually mold, but these are all from 1829 and 1830. And that's what happened to books, of course, that might have not been given great care. And I went through and looked at the names on all of them. I picked this one because this is Lord Nelson, who saved England. And all of them with natural mold aging and distressing. I'm going to be making copies of these so I don't handle them too much. And the only lady that I found was Elizabeth Marchioness of Strafford. And, believe it or not, I knew it immediately when I saw it, Lord Byron. And look the way he is dressed in comparison to all of the other men. He was quite the person. So, and I don't know whether this person didn't care or didn't want them or didn't know what to do with them or whatever, because these, for all intents and purposes, these might have been free. So, my brand new copy machine is going to be getting a workout. I do believe, I'm not sure, but I do believe these are out of copyright, so if they are, and I can make some very fine copies, I will be seeing what I can be doing about sharing. So, I do hope you have enjoyed sharing these Maldives with me, and if you have, I would appreciate your giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now.